Okay, you guys, we're still on the red carpet for the beautiful conference, and I am with Hafsat Abdullahi. I don't know if you guys know her. I mean, look at the face. Yes, you must know her. There's this trendy video on Instagram and Twitter where you spoke about language, yes, and our beautiful language, how we should appreciate our language and everything. So it's wonderful to have you here now, Miss. How do you feel today?
I'm honored to be here and I like the reception.
Oh, that's really nice, right? So let's just get to know you a little bit. How did you get started with all this? How did you discover your knack for spoken words?
Okay, I started writing from a very ridiculous age. I started writing from my pre-teens. Before I even knew what genre I was good at, then from there I took up poetry. I read my first poem. The first poem I ever read was in my sister's book, yeah. And I think I got the message. It was because I always had this notion that poetry is a very hard something to understand, so I didn't really associate well with it. But I read that and it got my attention, and I was like, okay.
And since there it's been.
Yeah, I read another, and I decided to write mine, and people like it, and why not?
So are there any times where you experience creativity block where you don't just know, what to write about?
Yeah, before that viral video, I had a writer's block, so I got out of my writer's block from Titi Loquest's class before I wrote that piece. So yeah, it's a very normal thing, but I feel like creativity blocks come from the need to be perfect, and I think writers should give themselves a little, they shouldn't be so hard on themselves, yeah.
Of course, it's beautiful, lovely to have you now, Miss. So for the event so far, how has it really impacted you?
Yeah, the very interesting conversation I came into with His Excellency and the likes, I had this notion about, is it education? And okay, I've been the type that I think I concord with what one of the youths asked His Excellency, or His Excellency to be, about creating jobs. And I learned something. If it's something I learned, is the ability to also be able to create jobs for other people. I should not be solely or completely reliant on the government to do everything for me. So yeah, I feel education is how I start to equip myself to be reliable part, or to be a reliable citizen in this country. So
of course, and I'm sure everybody watching you there would also want to be impacted as well. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. Have a lovely day ahead.
thank you.
All right then.